Alright, how's it going? So I just want to speak on the heavyweight division right now, and what's going on in the heavyweight division. Of course, we had Kabayel with a great performance, stopping Big Bang, right? Zhilei Zhang, right? The big Chinaman. Great performance by Kabayel. Of course, he got knocked down in the fight, but Zhang, he carries that power. Everyone knows it. One of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division in boxing, and a skilled fighter as well. But Kabayel, he kept the pace on Zhang. I didn't really expect that. He was able to stay in the pocket against Zhang. He didn't run, and he beat Zhang up. He busted him up, took him out to the body. So yeah, very, very strong performance by Kabayel. And for me, I want to see Kabayel against Usyk next. Okay, I know there's Dubois, I know there's average Joe journeyman Parker, right? But for me, Parker, don't really want to see that. I mean, I know Usyk's going to beat him. Average Joe, I call him Average Joe for a reason. He's not at that level. He's good-ish, but not good enough, right? Average. I mean, think about his performances at the highest level. Lost to Dillian White, lost to Anthony Joshua. Both performances, he didn't go for it. He didn't really put his foot on the gas. He was content with a loss. Okay. Joe Joyce got stopped by Joe Joyce. Joe Parker, he's had a good run lately, but when you consider the opponent, it's like an old Wilder who didn't let his hands go. A Zhilei Zhang, again, old, 40 years old, and Zhang can't move a lot, so Parker was able to move around the ring and outpoint him. And then this Bakole fight, where Bakole, is fat as anything, fat as a pig. Really, he shouldn't have taken the fight. They should have asked him if he wanted the fight, but then had someone check him. How much do you weigh? Are you in shape? Because that was an absolute disgrace. He was an absolutely fat pig, right? Bakole. No offense to him. He was on a break. He was on a break from boxing. He wasn't in shape. But he shouldn't have been in the ring. And also, he did hurt Parker, even though he was out of shape. I mean, the first round, I expected Bakole to come out in the first round and go for it. He was walking, very slow in that first round. No guard, no bounce in his step, no nothing. He was a slug, right? He was an absolute slug in that first round. Second round, he came on a little bit, and when he was letting his hands go, he actually hurt Parker to the body. Before Parker, of course, landed that big right hand to the top of the head. So Parker, he's fought 3 guys that aren't really in shape, so I can't go off that and say, well, Parker has a chance against Usyk. Usyk's whole different level. Usyk, even though Usyk himself is old, he's still got that movement, right? He's faster than Parker, better footwork. He's recently beat better fighters than Parker. Okay, he's beat Joshua, he's beat Fury, he's beat Dubois. Like, why does he need to prove himself again against average Joe Parker? Makes no sense. Kabayel for me has earned the shot. Why? Look at his performance against Zhang and compare that with Parker, right? Parker had to stick and move, was knocked down a couple of times versus Zhang. Okay, Kabayel did get knocked down himself, but the performance was a lot better than Parker's. Okay, he got rid of Zhang. He got rid of him in 6 rounds. You know, that was a very strong performance. Before that, he beat up Frank Sanchez, right? He bashed up Frank Sanchez and stopped Frank Sanchez. So Kabayel has been on a roll where he's, you know, he's stopping guys. He's putting it on guys. He's putting in strong performances where he's stopping fighters. You know, that's a lot different than Joe Parker boxing his way to decisions against guys that can't move, or guys that have aged, or guys that are out of shape. You know, okay, Parker got a knockout in this fight against Bakole. Again, you know, a very out of shape Bakole. So yeah, for me, I want to see Kabayel get the shot at Usyk. I think he's earned it more than Parker because of how impressive he's been in his, especially the 2 performances against Zhang and against Sanchez, right? Frank Sanchez was being avoided going into that fight. People didn't know who to go with, Kabayel or Sanchez. Kabayel stopped them. Then Kabayel stopped Zhang. So for me, Kabayel is the more impressive, stronger looking fighter. Somebody that actually may beat Usyk, or at least has a chance, right? So yeah, that's all I've got to say. That's what I want to see. I want to see some fresh blood in the division. I want to see Kabayel versus Usyk. Let's make it happen.